everything the game at the same time. Yeah. Coke fed, press some head, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, now guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous, our stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream. And the Thunder, of course, have bounced back after their one loss of the year against the Portland Trailblazers, beating the Kings Friday night, and then, of course, taking care of the games tonight. What's up, big dog? What's happening? The Thunder, of course, took care of business. Sorry I missed you the other night, but I don't do shows when we win by 30. Yes, as everybody knows, there's nothing for me to talk about. You can watch one of those other idiots who are just coming up with nonsense. I don't have anything to say. We smashed them. The game was over with. Talking about the Kings. We had to have our opening night in the NBA Cup taken care of on the road, which we did. And we won by 31 points, which we needed to because of the simple fact that the Cup's margins of victory is what you win by matters. If it ever gets close and you blow a game or whatever and there's a tie. So we took care of business against the Kings. And then, of course, tonight we took care of business against the Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis. And I know you love it when we dominate. I agree, but there's nothing to talk about on the show if we dominate. We went by Thursday like last year. You know, the record of 66 wins out of your 84 were by double digits. That's crazy. That's crazy when you think about what the Thunder have done. And let's see how many double-digit wins do we have this year thus far. I'd have to look that up. Have to look that up on something different. But, I mean, the fact that we're winning the way we're winning makes all the difference to me. The way we're kicking butt, the way we're doing the things we need to do. I have zero issues with us winning. Hold on, let's look that up real quick. Thunder schedule. Okay, let's see. Okay, where's it at? Where's our first game at? Okay, let's see. Preseason, regular season. Our first game was against the Rockets. Okay, so the Rockets, we won by 1. Okay, let me see. So, by 6. Okay, so that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our 11 wins have been by, let's go 6 of 11. 6 out of 11, or 6 of our 11 wins, double digits. So we might keep track of that and see how that works out this year, and then tomorrow I'll have a better feel for it. But, I mean, 6 out of 10 games double digits, so 5 games you've had to win. But Thunder took care of business, of course, tonight, 114-100. And we struggled quite a bit, and I had somebody texting me about the lineups. And I said, well, that's what Dagnall does. That's what he does. He does. 47? What's 47? Okay, that was wrong because we had 66 double-digit wins last year. I don't know what 47 is. 4 out of 7, maybe. The Thunder, like I said, improved to 10-1 last year. We were 9-2 after 11 games last year. So, and at 2024, we were 10-1 in 2023. 23. So, but anyway, 9-2 last year, 10-1 this year. Can't complain about that. Grizzlies were 17 of 44 from the field. That was by accident. Okay, I was wondering if that was by accident. The Grizzlies 17 of 44 from the field. The Thunder 10 for 43, 38.5% from the field. We shot 43.2, which is crazy because we started out 2 for 13 from 3. We started at 2 for 13. I think it was like 2 for 15, actually. And so anyway, 2 for 13, I know for sure because I have this marked down at the end of the first quarter. And then we ended up going 8 for 30. And, the thing is this. It's not like we weren't wide open. They were wide open looks. And once again, Jay Will, dude, you've got to make some threes. You're shooting 20%, and nobody's guarding you basically. You've got to be able to make shots. The Thunder shoot too many threes. Like I said, I want to shoot about 30, 38 threes maximum, 35 to 38 threes is what I've always said. That's maximum I want shooting. But tonight, it's just like we're wide open. It's like SGA in the fourth quarter. I'm griping because, like, dude, you just shot 2 threes in a row, and then you come back and you're 1 for 7, and you come back and then knock down 2 threes in a row. He's just ridiculous. But I still was mad about him shooting. I'm with you. I rebounded them 51-50, and then, of course, my stat, pips, points in the paint, 56-32 for us, and then they had 14 turnovers. We only had 6. We took care of the basketball, and they killed us bench scoring, which I'm okay with. I have no problem with that. SJ almost messed up. I agree with you. I was just like, I've got in my notes here. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You just shot 2 threes, but of course he is the MVP. And then he comes back, knocks down a 3, gets an and 1. I mean, it's just who he is. It's just who he is. And then of course he had the 2-point baskets 2-point shot right before that. Anyway, the box score goes like this: iHeart, 30 minutes, 18 points, 13 rebounds. Once again, 72% from the field. I have no issues with him, I promise. Our announcer, dude, stop saying push shot. You are the only person that says push shot. And as well, Isaiah Hartenstein calls it push shot because he doesn't know anything about basketball. The only reason why he's scoring is because we feed him the ball. That is a floater. If you'll go to my Facebook page on Matt Clark, you'll see me shooting the exact same shot, exactly the way he does it 30 years ago. It's a floater then. It's a floater before. It's a floater now. It'll be a floater later. It's a floater. Stop calling it a push shot. It's stupid. You make yourself look like a freaking idiot. Now, to people who don't know, yeah, they don't know. But anybody who knows basketball, and you are the Thunder representative, and you're calling it something that anybody knows that it's not that knows basketball, that makes you look dumb. It really does. Now, you're going to keep saying it because you're just who you are. And there's a reason why you are where you are, and you're not going any farther simply because of that. You don't even know shots. It's like tonight, I've got in my notes right here. Where does it say? It says A.J. Mitchell to our 2 people who are announcing the game for the Thunder. That's called a teardrop. The foul where he went up and then they called a foul because Isaiah Hartenstein hit, I think it was Jaren Jackson Jr. That's called a teardrop. Just for you 2 who don't know what shots are, you 2 guys who announced for the Thunder, just because you 2 don't know who this is, it's called a teardrop. That's what that goes off one leg. If it's off 2 feet, it's a floater. Off one leg, it's called a teardrop. Just for you guys to know, okay? Just to help you all out. Maybe you can start announcing correctly. Maybe not. Who knows? Chet, 30 minutes, 21 points, 7 rebounds. I thought Chet played pretty good. 51 for 4 from 3. Dude, you got to knock down some shots for that. SGA, 35 points, 35 minutes. He's insane. He's just good, guys. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Ended up being 11 for 22 for 50%, so he brought that up. 3-pointers, 3 for 9, 33%. I don't like him taking 9 threes. I just don't like it. Cason Wallace, bro, you're just 1 for 3. You've got to be more consistent. We've got to get him consistent shooting. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to get him consistent shooting. A.J. Mitchell, love me some A.J., except that I think he's shooting too much. He's getting too much into himself. Bro, pass the freaking ball. You need to quit going one-on-one. You need to know, like he had 2 or 3 possessions in a row that he did tonight. I'm like, dude, you're a point guard. You're not in college. You bring that ball up, understanding what the situation is in the game, knowing when to shoot, when to not, when to bring the ball out. But I understand what he's trying to do. He knows he's not going to make the multi-millions of dollars playing for Oklahoma City. He's not going to. and I get that. And as long as he's doing what he's doing, he's going to be a great trade piece for the Thunder, and they'll be able to get a bunch of picks, which I'm okay with. But I'm not okay with it because we don't have a ball handler when he's not in the game. That's the way I look at that. Let me see. He did not stretch yet when SJ messed up. He had took the lead. Let me see. But he adjusted his shot on those last 2 threes. They would have came back in the game. When it came back, I agree. I'm with you. I was ridiculous. That was a Westbrook move. The difference is that Westbrook wouldn't have been able to score, come back and went bam, bam, knock down threes and get an and one. That's the difference between him and Westbrook. What are your thoughts on Jay Will's performance? His shooting seems to be inaccurate, and his vertical leap appears diminished. He's never had a vertical leap at all. He's just a big body, and he boxes out. I'm not happy with Jay Will because Jay Will needs to be able to shoot. He's got to knock down shots. He's missing. We'll show you the shooting percentage here in a minute. But he was 0 for 5 tonight. He's got to be able to shoot the basketball. That's my problem with Jay Will. Other than that, he doesn't take as many charges as he used to. He's lost weight, so he's getting himself in better shape, I'm guessing. But, bro, you've got to start making threes. That's what your deal is. It's our coaching. That's why he's shooting the too many threes, especially with our role players. I agree. The coach wants them to shoot. And you hear Michael Cage talking about tonight, you got to keep shooting them. Well, we missed 3 or 4 in a row, and what do? First deal, we go inside to who? Ihart, and he loses the ball. You can't depend on Ihart to score the ball. There's a reason why we're the only team that he scored for, because everybody else wants him to rebound and play defense. We don't need you to try to do that, but we try to up his deal, and when you try to add part to somebody's game, which Dagnall is a developmental coach, and he's trying to develop Ihart, no doubt. You can see that. Anyway, Jay Will, 17 minutes, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 for 5 from 3. It's just Barnheiser with 7 minutes. I don't get that. He had 4 rebounds, but yeah, 0 for 1 for 3 on a bad 3. Jang, 6 minutes. Y'all know my feelings about Jang. Caruso played okay tonight. He didn't play great. He just played decent, I thought, tonight. 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. I thought he played okay. I don't think he played great. 1 for 6. I can tell you what he's doing on the shot. He's putting his head back. You got to keep your head forward. You have your head back, you're going to miss a lot of shots. That's his issue to me, just watching him. Isaiah Joe, 21 points, 8 minutes, 2 for 7. He's got to make threes. If he's not making threes, he doesn't really help us that much. Let me see. I don't like listening to the Thunder games on FanDuel. I don't either. I prefer to try to listen to it. Matt Pinto on WWLS is what I try to Thunder Radio. I try to listen to him. But it's kind of hard because they don't have the FanDuel, what's going on in FanDuel matched up with him. There's a delay. And the problem with the delay is that when you listen to Matt, hold on one second. Oh, man, I thought I was going to have to sneeze. When you're listening to Matt Pinto, he doesn't call it a push-out. He calls it a floater. He calls the game correctly. He tells you what stuff is and what stuff's not. He gives you a little insight to stuff that the regular broadcasters don't. I've never liked listening to Michael Cage. I've never liked listening to this guy, either one. Even when we were on national TV, when we weren't, I hated listening to these 2 guys. I'd rather just put it on mute and just watch the game and figure out what's going on myself than listen to these 2 guys. It's just terrible. They're terrible. They've never been good. I don't like them at all, never have. But I try to listen to Matt Pinto, but it's just kind of hard because some games he's closer when it's 3 to 4 seconds, which I don't mind. But when it's like he's calling a play and the other team still has the ball and they're just not shooting and he's already telling you that we've come down and missed a shot, I hate that 10-second delay when it's like that. It's just terrible. But he's much better to listen to than the other guys, 100%. I disagree with him. When you're pressing in the game, keep the hoop or get closer to the basket. I agree. You got to get to the basket. I'm with you, 100%. Jay Will is a poor man's Rodman, but Coach keeps changing the philosophy. I like Jay Will. I'm a huge fan of Jay Will. I'm not going to say I'm not. I'm a big fan of his. But bro, your only job is to be physical and knock down threes. And then the foul on Jaren Jackson Jr. tonight, that was huge. What are you doing? You're not athletic enough to get out. Why are you? I mean, you just run by him. That's all you got to do. You don't have to get near him. You don't have to protest the shot by putting your body next to him. What are you doing? He does some dumb things sometimes, 100%. But I like him. But he makes some dumb decisions sometimes on the defensive side of the basketball, and sometimes offensively. Like he was throwing a couple passes tonight. I'm like, quit being cute. Quit being cute and just pass the ball. Be basic. Like Chet tonight, I thought he made a great play when they threw an alley-oop with him. Instead of him trying to dunk it, bring the ball down, come back up, get the for sure two, instead of trying to make some highlight reel. Just be basic. And I tell my kids when I'm training them all the time, just be basic. Be basic. Don't try to be something fantastic and do. Just be basic. You know what works? What works is a basic 2-point shot that goes in instead of a fantastic-looking shot that doesn't. One is 2 points. One is a potential 3 to 5 point play on the other end, a 5-point swing. Us missing 2 shots, them making a 3. That's a 3. It's a 5-point swing. So I tell my kids, quit trying to be fancy. Just be basic and make the play. Make the play. Now, when you are really good, you can every now and then be fancy because you have that skill set. But not at 8, not at 11, not at 12, not at 13. You don't have that. You don't have it. So be basic and make the play and make the score. So that's what I try to do. But anyway, in the first quarter, oh my God, we were down 25-23. They went on a 10-2 run to close out the first quarter. And with that grip of SGA, Isaiah Joe, Caruso, once again, I like young blood, but why is he and Barnhizer playing? Now, I know that we played, we had 7 of our first 11 games on the road. 7 of our first 11 have been on the road. And we've played what? 6 games in 8 days or 9 days or something crazy like that. So let me see, what is that exact number? But it's something insane what we've played in the last, okay, let me see, I'll pull it up right now. Okay, in the last 7 days, we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in 7 days. We played last Sunday against the Pelicans. Then we played the Clippers on Tuesday, the Blazers on Wednesday, the Kings on Friday, and the Grizzlies on Sunday. 5 games in 7 days. That's crazy. 5 games in 7 days, and we went 6-1. So that shows you what our mentality is. So second quarter, we're down 25-33. We didn't put SGA back in until 5:49. We were down 34-53. So they had outscored us 20-9 with SGA on the bench in 7 minutes. You bring SGA, Kaysen, Barnhizer, Isaiah Joe, and Jay Will. Halftime, the score was 51-62. 51-62. So when SGA came in the game, remember the score was 34-53 with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. At halftime, you see the score. So we outscored them, 34-53. We outscored them 17-9 in the last 5 minutes with SGA in the game. So that tells you a little bit about what it is. Let me see. I don't know. Like, Jay Will being a poor man's Rodman. Jay Will at least can shoot. Rodman did not shoot. He would not shoot unless he absolutely had to. He knew what his role was. Jay Will is trying to expand his. I love young blood, but he's a liability defensively and it's too raw. 100%. He's so nervous to mess up that when he's shooting now, he's either shooting it. Yes, I agree. He's playing nervous. But it's hard. I mean, in the young man's defense, it's hard playing on a championship team and you come in there knowing that you are he's so nervous to mess up that it's not his fault. I mean, the kid is. I like what I see out of him. Okay, but once again, he's just so nervous not to mess up, like you said, that he's not playing his best. And I think he does. I think he has ability. Let me see. He needs the G League. Probably. He needs to play in the G League where to get him more confidence because he was shooting and then he started missing and then he's just like, I don't want to shoot and mess up. Bro, you're a shooter. We bring you in there to shoot. Shoot. That's what you got to do. I like when AJ attacks the brackets, basket. I think he should do it more. Okay, Jay, him attacking the basket left-handed, yes. Right-handed, he doesn't have that skill set yet. That's the issue I have with him. I noticed tonight that he was scoring. When SJ's not on the floor, he is the man and he's going to be attacking. And then when SJ is on the floor with him, he's starting to, that run during those 3 or 4 games in a row, he's scoring. And then at the end of the last couple, you see him start giving the ball up more. Pass the ball when SJ's on the floor. Knock down your three. Practice on your threes. If I'm in the game or SJ's in the game, I'm giving him the ball and I'm sitting at the three-point line because I know I'm going to get a wide open look to knock it down. But once again, I believe A.J. Mitchell is trying to help himself get out of Oklahoma City and make big bucks because I believe he knows that he cannot go make it here, and he's not. And I don't disagree with his mentality towards it because he's making his name for himself, which he is. We're winning without J-Dub, which we are. And he's a big reason of it. Last year, it was Casey Wallace was the big reason. This year, it is him. So, in our next 10 games, this is what we have. We're 1-0 this group of 10. We have the Warriors Tuesday, the Lakers Wednesday. So, remember, we played 5 games in 7 days. That'll be 7 games in 9. It's 7 games, 9 days. 8 games in 12 days. 9 games in 14. 10 in 16. 11 in 18. 12 in 20. 13 and 23. 14 and 25. That's a lot of damn games. But we're doing what we need to do. So 10-1, and I looked up the record. After 15 games, we were 12-3 last year. After 15 games, we were 12-3 last year. So when you look at us possibly being 12-3 and 15, there's a possibility. We have the Warriors, Lakers, Hornets, and Pelicans in our next 4 games. And we'd have to lose 12-3. So we'd have to lose 2 of those 4 games in order to do that. Now, the Warriors, we should beat them at home on Tuesday. We should beat the Lakers, even though LeBron is probably going to play. All of a sudden, Lakers are winning without him. Oh, he's healthy. I think that's hilarious. Oh, man. And then, of course, we should beat the Hornets at the Hornets and the Pelicans at the Pelicans. So the possibility of us losing 2 is there. I don't see us losing more than 1. I don't know if we lose any, but if we could possibly lose 1 of those 4. I don't see us losing 2. Let me see. We need Hartenstein, but I don't think the team's going to choose AJ over Hartenstein, and we keep Dort even over iHeart. You talking about in a couple of years we have to make the decision? Well, we have to make the decision on iHeart next year or then this summer because he is a free agent, and we have the team option. So we have to decide if we want to bring him back next year, and I think the problem with Sorber not playing this year, that makes that decision 10 times harder. Do you go ahead and give him another contract, another $90 million over 3 years with 2 years of it guaranteed? What do you do? I believe we keep AJ. I think you got to keep AJ this first time around. But at some point, you're going to have to make a decision about Dort. And I think it's Dort or Kaysen. I think that's the decision you're going to make. It's not Dort over Hartenstein. Dort, you have to have another big. We're too small. You have to have iHeart. You have to have another big. So either we go get somebody that's like him, or we go ahead and pay him another $90 million again for 3 more years, or whatever it is, or 125, whatever the number is that you already have to pay him. AJ is the sole player capable of generating his own shot. That's not true at all. What makes AJ so good, the game is slowed down for him, and he has high IQ. He knows situational basketball. Now, I'm going to shoot back with you on that on a couple takes. Number one, he's definitely not the only guy who can get a shot off. That's not true. And the game has slowed down to him. I agree with that 100%. His basketball IQ, I'm still determining that because he makes a lot of dumb plays for a guy with high IQ. Because he's like the other night, he's running through the basket. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Slow down the ball. We got the lead. What are you doing? Against the King, what are you doing? Slow down. What are you doing? Against the Blazers, he did the same thing. The game we lost. What are you doing? Bro, we need a basket, not for you to try to go one-on-one because you made a couple. Slow your roll, bro. Understand the situation. Just like I said tonight, he did the same thing tonight. They jacked him after the game after he did it and put SJ in, and then we go on a roll in the fourth quarter. And you got to remember, in the third quarter, we started the game, it was 51-62 in the third quarter. Okay, so we started the third. 51-62, started the third. SJ had 13 points. When he went out after the third quarter, the Thunder were up 85-80. He is the engine that makes everything go. Like I said, if I'm AJ Mitchell, if I'm going left, yes. If I got to go right, I'm passing the ball, I'm sitting and finding myself a three-point line, and I'm knocking down a three. But it's like SGA said, the Portland game was not rigged. We just played. We were going to lose a game. That was not rigged. We just played like crap. But you got to remember, who all did we not have in that game? Okay? Remember who we didn't play in that game. No Chet, no Dort, no Caruso, no J-Dub. To beat Portland that was hot, we're not beating them. That was our Vegas throwaway game. Okay, I'm over with you, but the game was not rigged. I'm not giving you any sort of love on that whatsoever. But anyway, that's where I look at this and the way we looked at what we were doing, okay? Third quarter, SJ is on the court, okay? It's 69-70 with 4:42 to go. And you got SJ, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Caruso, and J. Will. It's 76-70, okay, with SGA, Joe, Caruso, AJ, and J. Will. 76-70, I'm sorry. And ended up being 85-80 at the end of the third quarter. SGA had 13. When he's rolling, which is why I like him aggressive, when SGA is aggressive, going to the basket and doing what he needs to do, everybody else is the only one that will slack. AJ is the only one with that dog in him. That's not true either. That's not true either. You're talking about other than SGA, right? You're talking about somebody other than Kaysen, right? You're talking about somebody other than Chet. You're talking about somebody other than iHeart. You're talking about somebody other than Lou Dort. You're talking about somebody other than Caruso. The dog in you means that you're going to step up and you're going to play your maximum and make things happen. Everybody I just mentioned does the same thing. And Wiggins as well. They got dog in them. Here's the difference, though. Being a dog and being understanding the situation is to give the ball up to SGA and understand what your role is. And AJ Mitchell's mind is, my role is to get the hell out of Oklahoma City so I can sign for $200 million. That's the way I look at AJ Mitchell. When SGA is down on the floor, hey, by all means, bro, do your thing. When SGA is on the floor, you got to understand. You got to understand what your moves are. You don't go down and shoot 2 or 3 times in a row. You give the ball up. And when he didn't do that last night, they snatched him out. He's got to understand what his role is on the team. So that's how I look at it. Talking about the bench, okay, I don't. I'm with you on that. Besides SJ, okay, so you think he's the only one, including J-Dub, that has dog in him? I don't think. I just named off everybody I think has dog in him. You don't have win 66 games by 84 if you don't play defense, and you got to be a dog to play defense. That's a mentality. You got to have that in order to D up. Let's take our break for our sponsors, and we'll come back and finish up this discussion. One thing, SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit these guys up. They love to take care of you and make sure everything is fantastic, especially if you have a water treatment plant in your city or county. They love to make sure you have clean drinking water. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit those guys up. They love to take care of you, I promise you. And of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. Equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. Sorry, guys, I'm losing my voice. I've been sick all day today. You can pre-qualify, or excuse me, you can go into one of their 5 locations. The main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway at 66. Parkway and 66, or US 66 at 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there on Garth Brooks Boulevard. Cannot miss it. Right in front of the Fairfield, not the Fairmont Hotel. YB Peoples, located on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur in Bethany, Oklahoma. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. There's some great smelling stuff, guys. You have to go check it out. Go to the Penn Square location. The men's department, go to the women's department. It's so good. I'm just telling you, it's delicious. Woodland Hills Mall, also in Tulsa, which we will be going to next month. I think we're going to the Woodland Hills Mall and doing a show there. Great places, some great people. You love it. I went to the one in Houston, and the people were very friendly and took care of me there. So, by all means, go out and check any of those things out, okay? So, back to the game. Third quarter, SGA brought us back all the way down, where it brought us back. We were down 51-62 to start the quarter, up 85-20, which means we outscored them 34 to 18 in that quarter. Okay, that's what that meant. Now, you start out the fourth quarter with A.J. Mitchell, Kaysen, Caruso, iHeart, and Chet. That's your starting 5, which is not a bad 5. I like that 5. And by the way, go ahead and like, subscribe, hit notifications for the After the Storm. Yeah, we need more likes because for some reason we have a bunch of guys in the chat, but we don't have any likes, which I don't understand how the hell that works. But hey, please go ahead and hit the like button for me if you would. I appreciate that. And then I said we struggled a little bit, so you bring SGA back. And after J. Will committed that stupid foul, the score was 95-92, us, 6:48. I go, take J. Will out. Is SGA time. Here are my notes. That's what that says. So you bring in SGA, and at 4, and it's at that point, then you got SGA, AJ, Kaysen, Isaiah Joe, and iHeart. Okay? Then SGA, I've got SGA, 2 threes in a row, back to back. He's 1 for 7. Bro, what you doing? Bro, what you doing? And then he comes back, and I go, my bad. He makes 2 threes in a row, then gets and 1. He's the MVP. Should have been the MVP back to back already. But anyway, that's my bad, brother. My bad. My bad, SGA. You okay? My bad. Can't say that. I ran my mouth, and he was like, "Shut up," and does what he does. And I just have to say this right now. We are so lucky to be able to have him. Your hat has to go off to Sam Presti because of what Sam Presti did. Okay? By not making the plays, things that you need to do, getting rid of Harden because of Westbrook. Because when you go back and you look at that starting 5 in season 2, and you watch and you see the interaction between KD, Harden, and Westbrook, you can see Westbrook was the guy out, and he's the last guy standing. And I believe to this day, had Sam Presti made the right decision and got rid of Westbrook instead of Harden, the Thunder would have probably got a chip. But like Harden said, the first year they were together, they get beat by the Lakers. The Lakers win the championship. The next year they're together, they get beat by San Antonio. San Antonio wins the championship. The next year they lose to the Miami Heat, and then you get rid of Harden. So you lose to the eventual champions, Lakers. Then you lose to the San Antonio Spurs, the eventual champions. And then you lose to the champions in the finals. And then you break up the team. But my issue is not so much that as because I'm not opposed to that simply because Harden has not been what we needed him to be in the playoffs. He is who he is in the playoffs. He just is. But what I look at is the fact that he never really, we never had depth on the bench. And then I believe he knows he made a mistake. Okay? That's what I was talking about. Is that he made that mistake. And this time around, when he got rid of Westbrook, and they wanted, the Clippers wanted Paul George. I think Paul George wanted out of here. And I look at that and I think, wow, Paul George wanted out of here. And you got to look at Westbrook. Who wanted to play with Westbrook? Went to Houston, they didn't want to play with him. Went to the Wizards, they didn't want to play with him. They went to the Lakers, they didn't want to play with him. Went to the Clippers, they didn't want to play with him. Go to the Nuggets, they said, please don't accept your deal. We don't want you here. Then it took forever for him to get to Sacramento Kings, and then look what he's doing. He's not the guy. I had this person, the other night was sitting there arguing with me, saying, oh, man, we'd like to have Westbrook back. I go, okay, why? He goes, oh, look at he does. I said, okay, let me ask you this. If you get Westbrook back, so you'd play Westbrook instead of SGA or Kaysen or Caruso or J-Dub or Dort, right? That's what you're saying. Oh, wait a minute. I go, no. If you want Westbrook, one of those guys ain't playing. So who are you going to play him instead of? And you just want to chip with that, and you ain't win nothing with him. What are you doing? I just don't get it. The team is close-knit, and that's primarily because of Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the second best thing to ever happen to this organization. I'm with you 100%. That is an excellent statement because of the simple fact that I think when Chris Paul was here that 1 year, what he did is he galvanized the team. He galvanized SGA and said, look, this is how it's done. This is how you do it. And from that next year, which was right after the bubble, that's when they got rid of everybody. And that's when we drafted Josh. And I've gone over this multiple times. And then the next year you get Chet, J-Dub. And then the next year you get Kaysen. And then the next year, of course, you get Ihart and Caruso. And you win a chip that year. That's what this team has done. But it's been built on defense, which what I'm saying is you have to be a dog to play defense. And this team is built on defense because defense does what? It creates steals. It creates long shots on three-pointers. And long shots on three-pointers and steals, that equals transitional baskets. Transitional baskets equal flow of the game. That's what it does for us. Then in return, defensively, we were number one last year in transitional baskets. So if we're missing threes or whatever, like tonight, I don't know how many shots we gave up in quick transition turnovers. What the hell? We didn't do that before. And those are things that we can't allow ourselves to fall into, that trap where we're allowing ourselves to have transitional baskets. That's not something we do. That's not something we did last year. We were number one in that. You cannot give up easy baskets. Shea carried that tradition by buying them Rolexes for him winning the MVP. I've never heard of any player in basketball winning MVP and giving his teammates anything. Now, football, it would be extremely hard because there's so many guys. You can't do that. Probably Mahomes is probably, a lot of quarterbacks can afford it. They got so much damn money they can afford to buy, 60 Rolexes, which is crazy. Let me see. If you weren't an Oklahoma City fan, you didn't get to see that. I agree. You didn't get to see what Chris Paul meant when we got. I still believe in the bubble we should have beat Houston. We should have beat them, but we weren't ready. And I thought we were going to bring that team back, but Sam Presti said, "Nope, we're cleaning house. We're starting over. We're beginning to rebuild," and he did. But it all started with SGA and Dort and Josh, and Caruso giving up Josh. Josh has been doing what he's doing. And I was talking to my friend in Chicago. And we were talking about Josh. And I was like, that's what Josh was doing in Oklahoma City. Same thing he's doing in Chicago. Triple doubles, doing what he's doing, rebounding, passing the ball. Same stuff he was doing here. That's who Josh is. But the difference is we got Caruso. We don't need the Josh. We needed somebody who could play defense. and create that frontline defense in the perimeter, which when you have SGA and you have J-Dub and you have Kaysen and Caruso and Chet, that five right there, or you take Kaysen out and you have Dort and you have SGA, J-Dub, Dort, Kaysen, and Chet. Or when J-Dub's not in the game and you have SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Dort, and Chet. That's nasty. Or you have Wiggins or K-Rich instead of J-Dub or instead of Dort. That group is nasty right there. You always make a run with that group with J-Dub's on the bench. Always. With that combination of SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, or K-Rich, Chet. You always make a run with that group, always, because there's no weaknesses. They all play perimeter defense. They all can block shots. They all get their hands on balls. Chet is in there. He's in the middle then, and he's out there being able to patrol. And we switch so well, it allows us to do so many different things. And then beyond that, when SJ, the ball is always in his hands, you ain't got to worry about A.J. Mitchell trying to go one-on-one or J-Dub. The ball is in SJ's hands, and everybody's sitting there knowing that he's going to hold the ball. When he does create, either he's going to score or give them a wide-open shot or create a shot for them. That's what he does. And with A.J. Mitchell, my problem with A.J. Mitchell is, bro, when you go in left hand, they're going to give you that. Take him every single time. Unless it's the end of the game, then you give it up to SGA. After that, give the ball to SGA and find a spot, and then knock down your three, bro. Make it easy on yourself. Quit trying to do it, but you're trying to do something. In the last couple, every time we get in that role, you do that for a couple of games. The next game, what? You stop doing it because either SGA or the coaching staff said, hey, you need to pass the ball, bro. Quit trying to go one-on-one. And SGA even said that A.J. Mitchell, he really has no plan for stuff like that. He just goes and he just goes because that's what he probably did at UC Santa Barbara. This is the league, bro. You have the MVP. You are secondary. You ain't the man when he's on the court. He is the man. That's how it works. Let me see. The only thing I missed about Josh is inbound passing, crunch time. Yes. Oh, yes. 100%. But I think that is Topic's position whenever he comes back, whenever the hell that is. We go through offensive, what Jeremy says, we go through offensive droughts with Josh would have helped. Well, yeah, because Josh he understands the offense. He slows the game down. He has a very, very high IQ, and he's more of a passer than he is a scorer. He's looking to set everyone up first. That's what Josh does. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to get off this line right here. My voice is starting to go away slowly but surely. I'm sorry. I've been sick all day today. I've been taking meds to try to give myself, but it's just like waiting in the corner is not SGA or AJ's game. No, I don't want him to wait in the corner, wait on the wing. I want you out front, either on the wing or top or in SGA, depending on the opposite of where SGA is. That's where I want you. I don't want you. So what you're saying, Jeremy, is you'd rather A.J. Mitchell have the ball in his hands trying to make a play than SGA? Is that what you're saying? I'm saying he's got to be able to develop like he did last year. Bro, give the ball up, find your spot, the right wing, left wing, or top of the key. Opposite where SGA is, he's going to double. They're going to create the double team, and he's going to give you the ball. He's going to create a shot. That's why the group of SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, sometimes Isaiah Joe when he's knocking down shots, Dort or either Wiggins with Chet. That's why that group works so well. They play great defense, and they get in their spot knowing that SGA is going to create a shot for them. Create an opportunity for them. A.J. Mitchell's got to understand that, but like I said, I believe A.J. Mitchell's trying to make a play to get the hell out of here so he can get paid big money because he's going to make at least $80 to $100 million more somewhere else than he is here. He's just not gonna, because we're going to keep him around as long as we possibly can. But I know Sam Presti's going to go ahead. If I can get 2 first-round picks for him or first and second, he's going to do that. 100% he is. So we'll see how it works. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for staying up with me and let me do this. And I'm sorry my voice is about to go. But y'all have a good night. Everybody get some rest. Peace. Remember 2020-25 World